Hey everybody, I hope that you are all doing well. The first card that we have out is, we have Four of Cups and we also have Ace of Wands. The first cards that we have out. Okay, so having Four of Cups and then having Ace of Wands, this can mean that you may be turning down one thing because you want another. See how it looks like something's coming in from this angle and the person looks like they're leaning away from it, but that there's like something else coming? I feel like this is saying that if there's something that's presenting itself to you and you're not all for it, this can be the time when you're like, you say no. This can be the time when you reject something. It can be the time where you honor the way that you feel and not be worried about that because there are other opportunities. So to keep that in mind. So this is saying, don't feel like you have to take something that's not resonating with you because there are other opportunities. And having that Ace of Wands be there, there can actually be something now that's going to be presenting itself to you. I am seeing an Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Some of you, this is a reconnection that's coming through. Now, I don't know what exactly you're going to do with this, but it feels like I kind of get the sense like things have been leading up to this point of happening. I need to clarify though this Four of Cups here. Let me say it like this, okay? You could have maybe been feeling like there was a leading up to this that was happening. Like maybe you felt like something was coming, but you didn't really know what it is. Having that Ace of Wands, having the Six of Cups, having the Ace of Swords, you can be very aware of what this is now. You can be very clear on what this is now. It feels like it has appeared now at this point, and now you get to decide what it is that you want to do with it. Now, having that Four of Cups there, this is about really reviewing the way that you feel about it to know whether this is something that's going to resonate with you or not. The way that I'm seeing this Four of Cups may be like, maybe there is something that's presenting itself to you that you don't want. For some of you, you have multiple things that are coming up here. For some of you, you can even be moving through an old energy and breaking into a new one. That can be something that's going on as well. I don't feel like it's only one thing that's appearing at this time. It feels like you do have different options, and having Six of Cups, this can be an opportunity. One of the opportunities can be for you to have a new chapter with something that feels familiar to you, or like someone that feels familiar to you. It doesn't have to be another person, but for some of you it can be. Meaning, for example, maybe some of you get an opportunity to like move back home. That can be something that pops up, or it can be to like go back to a place that you're familiar with, or it can be somebody coming through that you already know, because we have the Six of Cups there, that would be saying, hey, do you want to connect? Do you want to get together? We have Ace of Wands. Do you want to start this project together? Or like, would you want to get involved in this? Or do you want to join this team? It can be something like that. Having that Ace of Swords there, I feel like whatever this is at this point, you know what it is. So it feels like it's there, it has appeared. You're no longer being like, what is it that's going to show up? It feels like whatever this is, it has showed up. Okay, what is this Four of Cups about? I'm seeing something very particular about the timing of this. Seven of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. I wonder if you're feeling kind of disillusioned by something here that you have going on, and having these new chapters can be maybe considering something new instead. I'm also hearing entirely. When we have Seven of Pentacles, this is like what you currently have going on, like what's like relevant to you currently at this point in time. Hanged Man can be you coming to terms with feelings that you have. It can be you also seeing what you have going on differently than you had before. So you can be gaining new perspectives of what this is. And sometimes the hanged man, Four of Cups, this can be like a feeling of being disillusioned in some way. Like maybe you're looking at something and feeling that way about it, and you're like maybe considering other opportunities, other options that you have here. Like maybe you feel like you're leaning away from one thing, but that you want to lean towards another thing. Having it be two aces over here, I do believe that this would be possibly moving in the direction of something that would feel like a renewal or a new chapter. For some of you, you may have some other stuff that's already going on here. Maybe you feel like you're at a point where there could be a choice that's being made. You can feel like you're in conflict about this, about what to do, but I feel like it's going to become more clear because I'm seeing Hanged Man go in with the Sun, and the Sun is going to be the thing that it clarifies what it is that we need to know, and it clears up anything that we needed to move through in order for us to understand clearly what's happening and see the different perspectives. The Sun is going to be like in a dark room that is Neptune. The Sun will be the lights going on, so you can see everything that's going on there. And maybe stuff that you hadn't been seeing before, but I'm seeing it be connected with like you had already been moving through a process, maybe not seeing the whole thing clearly, and then it's like the light switch goes on, and then it feels like you can see it for what it is. And like I don't know like what the feelings are that's attached to it, but whatever it is, it feels like you're not in the dark anymore. So things become more apparent. Your feelings can become more apparent. Your understanding can become more apparent, like more solid. Okay, that Two of Wands definitely feels like this way, that way, what to do. Because at this point, you do have the opportunity to expand if that is something that you're interested in. Okay, so this is, for most of you, this can be a person. It doesn't have to be. Like some of you may not be like maybe wanting to connect with another person. So this can be something that you would feel connected with that's saying, hey, we can have this chapter. As I said before, it can be like maybe there's a location that's calling to you and you would feel like the Two of Cups with that. Like that could be something that you'd feel at home with. But because I'm seeing the Six of Cups, because I'm seeing Two of Cups, this can definitely for many of you be actually a person that is connected with it. You see how we have Ace of Wands above Two of Cups. So this would be like something with you and another person. You have the opportunity if that's something that you want to do. But maybe there's a part of you that like doesn't want to choose. Maybe there's this part of you that's like doesn't want to be at a crossroads. Maybe there's a part of you that doesn't want to have to like plan this deliberately and maybe be so intentional about it. Like maybe you'd just rather flow with things going on. But like, is that actually what you want? Let's clarify Four of Cups again. Like, why would this be the case? You're just gonna be feeling like weird about something. Maybe you feel overwhelmed about what the future holds. And maybe the pressure of doing things now that you know are going to have an impact later down the line. Anything else? I don't get the sense like you need to rush into this. So if you're not ready to say something, you definitely don't need to here. Okay, some of you can also too be feeling like things maybe aren't going in the direction that you want them to, but I was seeing Temperance, so I feel like don't judge things too quickly. Because maybe given where things are right now, you can be like feeling something about the trajectory, but it may be more of an assumption. And that may be something that like you can become more aware of that if that's the way that you're seeing things. When I see Four of Cups and I see Two of Wands, there can be this part of you that like you don't want to be at the fork in the road and like have to figure out what you're going to be doing at this point. But that can also mean too, like, I don't really feel pleased with certain things that I have going on. Like, I do have these options and I don't feel very pleased with them. But now having that Ace of Wands come through, maybe this is something that you would like. Maybe this is something that you do feel connected to. Maybe this is something that you do feel attracted to. And having that Two of Cups there, this can be something that it can actually lead in a direction that you'd like to go. Having Six of Cups, I don't think that this is something brand new. This feels like something that's like possibly coming back around and posing itself as an option, but having that Two of Cups there, you might actually like this. Like maybe for some of you, you have something going on and you're like, this doesn't feel like the Two of Cups to me. Whatever situation it is. When I say that, what I mean specifically is that if you don't feel like a situation is the Two of Cups, you can feel like you're involved in things that don't resonate with your core, like don't resonate with you on a deeper level, and that it doesn't feel like you totally fit within those circumstances. So you can feel kind of like something's not fully connecting. Having Ace of Wands and having Two of Cups can be an opportunity that you have with something or someone that will symbolize the Two of Cups for you. And having Six of Cups can be something that brings you back into that place of like emotional receptivity with whoever, whatever this is. Because maybe you don't like some other stuff that's going on, and this is your chance to get to connect in a way that you'd like to. And you have the potential to be doing that. Okay, some of you, I'm seeing this as an emotional thing. So yeah, maybe something's been going on and you just like haven't been feeling great. When we have Four of Cups be connected with Knight of Cups, when we have Four of Cups connected with King of Cups, the feeling can be like maybe you're feeling nostalgic for like having a sense of connection, that you actually feel like somebody gets you, like somebody understands you, a feeling of being at home, a feeling of being like nurtured and comforted, a feeling of just like having a connection that feels inspiring to you. Like when I think of the King of Cups, I think about that part of us that is like very creative and very inspired by the experiences that we have, that just like feeds into our creativity. Like this makes, because of this thing that I have going on, that I feel connected to it. When I listen to music, it feels more like palpable to me because I feel like so tuned in and connected emotionally to what's going on. It's just like, I feel with the King of Cups, when we're connected with the right stuff, it can enhance the things that we are experiencing and make it a more pleasant experience for us to be having, where we do feel tuned in and we do feel connected. And I think that that's something that leads to us feeling more connected with the universe in general. So it has you like getting out of bed in the morning and feeling tuned in and feeling present. And this is the type of stuff that makes you want to be present. And maybe there's a feeling of lacking some of that. And maybe there's a feeling of looking at the options that you have and you're like, I don't really feel like they're offering what exactly I want. But now having this Ace of Wands be showing up in whatever form it's showing up, and having Two of Cups, this can be an opportunity for you to go into that direction where you can recreate that feeling of the Six of Cups for you. See how nice this is? It looks very sweet. This is something very pleasant. And having King of Cups there, I feel like this is something that personally would resonate with you if you're willing to go in that direction. Because it's an ace, it's the potential of that. It's the portal that opens. And because it has the Two of Cups, you would feel naturally drawn towards this. This is something that you would feel like is cut from a compatible cloth. Especially on an emotional level, especially on an intuitive level. This can be something that really speaks to your moon energy and your Venus. I'm seeing something about doing this in a very steady, like maybe even an official way. Maybe you're just more clear on what it is that you want to do. I will say this. Some of you can have something that's been going on that can be tied to commitments that you have, because the Hierophant is coming out. Something can be going on that's tied to certain commitments that you have. There may be a shift in that realm for you. When you connect with what feels true for you and like what you care about now with where you are. Interesting. Also, having Ace of Wands and having Hierophant, this can be something that you do eventually make a commitment with. It can lead in that direction, having the Hierophant there. Meaning, some of you, if you're looking for like maybe a relationship, or for there to be a contract there, or for something to be more official, like I'm going to move there and then that's going to be my permanent home, or I'm going to maybe date that person and then it becomes a legitimate relationship with them. Having that Hierophant there, it speaks about something becoming legitimate in that way, where it's like, okay, this is the agreement, this is the deal. And I feel again like this is something, having that water there, it would be something that on an internal level you would feel tuned into. And that there would be like real life implications of this. Like there would be things that are happening physically that would be connected with this. So there can be the development even of a spiritual contract, and wanting to move in that direction of like going from something being water to then it becoming like actual steps that you're taking in 3D. And having Ace of Swords above that, maybe you feel like that's becoming more obvious for you at this point. And as it is an ace, you can feel like that's really what's making sense for you. An Ace of Swords, that's what's making sense for you when you get down to it. Maybe you actually know what you want to do now. Having that Four of Cups, I will say, maybe there's a part of you that doesn't want to have to do this. Like maybe you're knowing what the better move is for you to be making here, but there's something where you may feel a little bit resistant to doing this. Meaning, maybe there's something challenging that has to be faced now. I'm seeing something about responsibility. Maybe you're feeling the weight of that within this. I'm seeing High Priestess and I'm seeing Strength. Are you going to honor the way that you feel or not? What are you going to do? And it's not only about honoring the way that you feel, it's about recognizing compatibility, recognizing your values, being true to yourself and what it is that you feel, and believing that that's a legitimate reason for you to be making choices. And that you need to approve of what it is that you're doing. Rather than doing something and making choices and being like, I don't know, if you're like doing anything based off of anybody else's approval rather than your own, it can be something that's a bit misleading here. It can have you being connected with things that you're not even happy within it, but you're doing it because that's what you feel like you're supposed to be doing, or like that's what people do. And it can be something where when you check in, you're like, I don't know, I'm feeling kind of different about that. So I do feel like you have a sense of resolution now from everything that I'm seeing. Ending with King of Wands on the bottom of the deck, it's time to take action now with this if you want to. Having that Four of Cups, I don't think that you're going to stay feeling this like, I don't feel super charged about participating in this. And I also do get the feeling as well, like this is one of those times when there can be a part of you that's like I wish that the timing was a little bit different about this. And you may have to do, like seeing Strength come out, you may have to do something that's difficult to do, but then you're going to be happy that that's what you did. So you can keep that in mind if you're like, well, is it this way or that way? What about when all the difficult stuff is over and you're just living with the result, the difficult or the easy stuff is over and you're just living that part and you're just living with the results of it? Are those results that you're going to feel happy with? And like, that's where we're making this choice from, thinking about that. So rather than just like what the next 5 months are going to look like, it's like, what about a year from now? Will I be happy with that then? And think about that. because that is part of what you're manifesting. You may have to make a bit of a bold move here, or you may have to really stand within what you believe is the right path for you, and to be the authority for yourself on what that is, and then take the appropriate steps. You have new opportunities, you have new chapters that are opening. You get to decide what you do with this. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.